Chain Drug Review, and Mass Market Retailers Video Forum.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeffrey Wolt, Editor-in-Chief of Retail Media IQ. Welcome to our video forum. Today, we're thrilled to have as our guest Natalie Ryan, Vice President of Data Strategy, Insights and Analytics, and Business Intelligence at the Emerson Group. Natalie, always good to see you.
Yeah, same. Nice to see you.
You lead the Emerson Data and Insights Group. Maybe for those who might not know, you could tell us what services you provide to the retail and CPG industries.
Yeah, we support retailers and brands in a lot of ways. With brands, we provide a one source of truth data reporting platform called Omega. This platform harmonizes data so you can manage your sales performance, your inventory and supply forecasts, as well as your order to cash, P&L, all in one place. This really removes the time it takes to track down the data and then provides brands with the time to really manage their business. On the insights side of the business, that team really provides strategic guidance to both brands and retailers through category thought leadership, sales strategy, and acquisition support. Our unbiased approach in this area is unique and has gained a lot of respect and credibility in the industry.
You say it's unique. What makes it unique?
Really because we're not the manufacturer of a brand. Retailers look at us as that trusted source that's really looking out for their category and not about just our brand. So usually we get calls from retailers, hey, tell me what's happening in healthy aging. Tell me what's happening in women's wellness, because we have that wealth of knowledge.
Shopper trends are one of your specialties. How is consumer behavior changing today?
It's always changing, but I really think at the root of it, consumers, what they're looking for is really the same. It just looks a little different. So I really boil it down to 4 areas. First one is value, time and money saved. Very simple. Retailers like Walmart, Club, and Amazon, we project will continue to gain share, about 4 share points by 2030. Second one is convenience. Today, we're about 37% of retail sales online, 63% offline. We're going to get to a 50-50 world. So this really puts pressure on retailers to figure out pickup and delivery, as well as how to be that top retailer recommended by your ChatGPT or Gemini on where consumers should purchase the product. The third one is experience. There's a reason why the beauty channel continues to outpace the market. Retailers like Sephora and Ulta have some of the most loyal shoppers because they leverage their data to provide that really personalized experience and opportunity for discovery. And the final one is trust. We see this across the board. Some of the most trusted retailers are your regional grocers, your Wegmans, your H-E-Bs, your Myers. They continue to gain share in their markets, about 2 share points over the past few years. In a world where you're always wondering what's true or not, consumers are really seeking that trusted source and organizations who are transparent.
You say we're going to get to a 50-50 world. How soon do you think that day will come?
At the rate we're going, less than 5 years.
Okay. And what sort of implications does that have? You mentioned that the retailers need to make sure they are capable in the omni-channel sense. How will that affect the CPG companies?
I think it's balance of distribution. I think, obviously investment is, really taking a look at your traditional retailer trade spend and saying where does it make the most sense based off of where consumers are shopping online. Also, I think testing in new areas. We see a lot of growth in TikTok Shop. I know there's challenges profitability-wise that we hear from brands, but those that lean in and try to test those new types of commerce models will continue to win.
Natalie, to what degree will direct consumer sales by manufacturers disrupt existing business models?
I don't know if it's a threat, more of it's a shift. I think that it's probably more of a threat for retailers. And I think that's, why retailers really need to figure out. You see Walmart kind of with their partnership with OpenAI. Retailers, the more that they integrate with these agentic commerce platforms, I think it gets them, a step above the rest.
Perhaps you could give us an example or two that shows how the insights the Emerson Group generates and the data the Emerson Group generates influences your client's approach to the marketplace?
It really starts with the data, right? And going back to our Omega platform, this really provides the information needed to help shape how and where to go to market. Our insights team really leverages this information in Omega along with their experience to strategically guide brands on what we have is a phase launch approach. This sets brands up for scalable success. So what that means and how we kind of measure the impact of this is we look at the performance of the launch to ensure that that brand is hitting the needed hurdle rates before we accelerate into new retailers to minimize the risk.
So how do you actually measure that progress?
Through point of sale.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're able with our platform to get that weekly sales data for most of our retailers, so we can really measure, real-time data.
And how does the Omega platform differ from what you might get from a Nielsen or a Circana?
It merges a lot of different sources together that we have found traditional manufacturers are really hard to break that code because they're so siloed. So we were able to work with our logistics department, our finance department, even our marketing services department to weave all of that information into one interface. So you could quickly see from everything from your warehouse inventory, your DC inventory, through the sell-through, your point of sale, which is fairly unique.
AI is changing the way businesses operate. To what degree is that affecting your work?
Yeah, I'm going to speak more broadly here about the organization. So as a company, the Emerson Group is applying automation AI in a few areas. We really first start with the areas that are more transactional, repetitive tasks, specifically in our order to cash finance department. Right now, we're operating about 50% of our deductions process is fully automated. We're really proud of that. And this really helps us grow our portfolio while maintaining the resources needed to run the business. Other areas is really just investing in an enterprise subscription to OpenAI. So this provides our employees with a testing ground and a tool that they can be more efficient with their daily tasks, whatever those may be, in a secure, closed environment. And then finally, something that isn't today, but something we're really looking forward to is deploying AI within our Omega platform. So what this is going to do is help our brands quickly identify areas of opportunity for their business without having to read or monitor reports.
And I'm sure you see AI impacting the way retailers and suppliers do business as well.
If we think about the estimates so far around AI agents and agentic commerce, I think that they're saying about 15 to 25% of e-commerce sales are going to be influenced by AI by 2030, probably more, I guess. Maybe that's conservative. I think what it's going to do is brands, and we see it today, they're going to have less control over the persuasion of a purchase and actually have more pressure to compete in that machine AI value. So like agentic commerce, is it really going to force brands and retailers? What I think it's to pay attention to the basics. And what I mean by that is pricing, product availability is just going to be more transparent and more competitive. And so what we're going to see is probably an investment shift, like I said before, from things like traditional trade promotion and paid search, which may not be getting the ROI, into what I would even say new spending categories around structured content, data syndication, those marketplace integrations, things that the agentic commerce is going to pay more attention to, and really kind of shifting into areas of influence around that point of recommendation versus point of sale.
And I assume the Emerson Group is working with its partners to navigate that transition.
We're working on it. Yes, we are.
Anyway, this has been fascinating, Natalie. I appreciate your time today, and thank you for filling us in.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Anytime.